What have you learnt about technologies from the processes of constructing this product? I used a variety of different technologies throughout each stage of constructing this product. In the pre-production stage, I used unfamiliar technologies such as an Apple Mac computer, which I haven't used much of before. The use of this technology enabled me to work more efficiently and for me to produce my magazine a lot quicker due to the advancing technologies from previous years. I also use an unfamiliar website called WordPress, which is an online blog which stores my planning and research on the cloud, which will further help me in the production process of my media product, which I've now become comfortable with as I can use it to embed and store my planning pages on there. As part of my pre-production, I also use secondary research which I gathered from internet sources such as Google and YouTube, where I watched other people's tutorials and tips on how to do things such as cutting out an image from a complex background, which I didn't already know how to do to a professional level, which would help me when constructing my magazine. During the production stage of constructing my magazine, I also used a variety of different technology, which enabled me to develop my skills. For example, when I was producing my magazine, I used a program called Photoshop, which I have previously used before. I already knew basic skills on Photoshop, such as how to adjust the brightness, contrast or saturation to result in a more desired image. I also knew how to cut out an image with one of the tools on Photoshop called the Magic Wand tool, which allowed me to remove any simple plain backgrounds from the original image. However, by producing my magazine, I developed my knowledge and learnt new skills. I have now learned how to cut out and manipulate an image to a much higher standard by adjusting the tolerance on the Magic Wand tool, which helped me when removing a more complex background, as by lowering the tolerance it broke down the colours more in the background, therefore making it more easier for me to remove a harder background with a variety of different colours. I also learnt how to use more tools on Photoshop such as the lasso tool, which enabled me to cut out an image from its background much quicker and more precise, which I then smoothened by using another new tool called the eraser tool, which I used to erase any excess background which I couldn't get to by using the other tools. The use of these tools can be evident in my work on the front cover of my magazine, where I used a combination of these tools to cut out and manipulate my image from its original background. As well as using these tools on my front cover of my magazine, I also learned a more efficient way to produce a higher quality double page spread. I did this by learning about duplicating different layers within my body copy to keep a more consistent look, rather than continuously using the spacebar to space out the body copy within the columns, which I did in previous work. This resulted in the columns on my double page spread having a consistent width and look more professional. This also made it easier for me when correcting any mistakes I made in the text, as it didn't change the position of the column. I also used a website on the internet called The Font, which I used to pick out a suitable font which fit in within the house style and genre of my magazine. Once I selected my chosen font, I downloaded it onto the Apple Mac, which I could then use in Photoshop on my magazine. By doing this, it allowed me to have a wider choice of fonts which would suit my magazine better. I also used other forms of technology such as a DSLR camera to take my pictures. I use this form of technology because it improved the quality of the images used in my magazine, therefore making it look more professional.